listeners. This is a trigger warning for the following episode, which, while filled with lighthearted satire, also contains topics and discussions surrounding murder, war, country destabilization, and more. We wanted to give you a heads up, just in case you wanted to skip these topics during the episode. Now, with that done, let's pass it over to Moe Vader and Saint to get the show started.
Taboo conversations, witty interpretations. Moe Vader on the hunt, Saint got a grudge. Street news is the tea. Vexxed, Uncensored, fuck the beat. Vexxed, Uncensored, fuck the beat. Vexxed, Uncensored, fuck the beat.
Welcome back to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Moe Vader.
And me, Saint.
And this is, I don't fucking care what episode this is. Listen,
Dunno.
there's a fucking crisis, guys.
Oh.
Oh, all right. There's a crisis. We're going to be discussing it in the Vex segment of the show. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how the listeners are doing this week. You know, summer's over,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, apparently, right. 27 degrees tomorrow. Yeah. After...
It just torrential rained and thunderstorm. I thought I was going to get hit by lightning earlier today. Literally. I was like, whoa, and I'm never scared by that shit. But that thunder was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's 27 degrees tomorrow, like, this is nuts. England has never like this before.
I thought I might have caught paranoid schizophrenia from the house where I work, right?
Yeah.
I'm speaking to someone, a flash of white light.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. That's the lightning I saw as well.
Yeah, like white power.
It was like, phew.
Boom. Yeah, and it actually blinded out the yellow light from the light bulb.
Yep.
And I jumped. I went, what the fuck was going on?
Yeah, me too. I jumped as well. I'd never jump at lightning and thunder. I love it.
Funnily enough, all of the
It felt dangerous today, though.
people with diagnoses over there were cool as a cucumber. Like, oh, that's just lightning.
Drugged up. God bless their souls, of course.
Yes, of course. How
Yes, we wish them all the best.
how's your week been?
Riddled with pain. I have a long-term sciatic nerve issue, and yeah, it's just one of the things that flares up every now and then, and when it does, you're absolutely paralysed, almost half paralysed. So yeah, it's just been one of them, but shit's got to keep moving. I'm not a pill popper, so, you know, I kind of grin and bear it, take the minimal, you know, ibuprofen, and try to get through. But yeah, how about you?
It's been a struggle uphill out of the gutter,
Is it?
only to get kicked back into it face first today.
Oh,
Like proper,
just
not
shoved
even-
in it.
Oh yeah, it's not an emotional one like when Scar kills Mufasa. No.
Yeah.
No. This is proper football hooligan, boot to the face. You can't get
No
get
apology.
Back.
You know.
Get back there, you fucking
Get back down there. Yeah, I can relate. They're going to be like, fucking hell, when do you guys have a good week? It's like, I don't know. I do not know. It's what you make it, I guess.
Welcome to this week's negativity.
Negative.
Join us in our misery.
In our misery, yeah.
Live.
It does love company,
It does.
so they say. But yeah, there are some grieving hot topics this week, I will admit. Had a little peek myself, as you do. Yeah, the producers ain't playing this week, so we're going to try and match their energy. Can you match their freak? You're going to match their freak.
I don't know. I'm going to need some references to
I could match her freak. She's 4 foot. I was like, at least a head taller than her.
It's true.
Shout out to Tinashe.
I really liked that first song.
Were you there?
Breakout song.
You weren't there with that night, were you? No, it wasn't. It was he and them. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the pagans then.
Yeah. The ups.
Listen, I was gobsmacked. I could not believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking, what?
Yes.
The ups, me bomber clock.
I was thinking about that yesterday, actually. I was like,
I should have let the people go up there and ransack and leave my good skin alone.
Yeah.
Instead, I chose to go get barbecued and
Trust and believe.
anyway.
Now for the hottest topics.
So, the
Yes.
first topic up in the lineup. Listen, guys at home, all right? Well, not just guys. Listeners at home,
Yes.
please, acknowledge that Mr. Uncle Moe Vader is educated.
I know we're old now. We're good uncles and shit.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. I got called uncle. I got called wide. Yeah, wide.
Ah! My mouth is dropped over. You're not wide.
Yeah. Like, no, you didn't really look fat. You just looked wide.
Oh, God, is that worse? Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so my second try, I'm going to go again now. I'm going to try again. Japan's National Museum of Science and Nature has added the PlayStation 2 to the Future Technology Heritage Registry.
Wow.
Well done.
Yes.
Well
deserved too.
Yeah.
The best console to ever exist
Absolutely.
to this day.
If I said L1R1 X up down circle square.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
If you know, you motherfucking know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, gaming has never been the same. And must have been the longest running lifetime for a console, I got to say, other than the Game Boy. And people did drop the Game Boy, you know. Again, yeah, because the DS and DS Lite and X, all them things came out and the kids were picking them up, weren't they?
Yeah.
But the PS2, people still playing that shit today. I've got emulators to play that shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, because I remember do you remember back when compatibility was an issue? When the PS3 first came out, everyone was mad. They loved the idea of the PS3, but everyone was thinking mad about the fact you couldn't put a PS2 game in there because with PS1, you could play PS1 on PS2.
Let me tell you something.
And the fact they issued half the stock with backwards capability and then decided against it for monetary means, Sony.
Yeah.
Don't blackball me and my music. But no, And yeah, it was a bitch. They're still rare. They were so expensive.
I managed to get my hands on a 60 gigabyte.
Yeah, it was 60 gig.
60 gigabyte first release, right?
Disc model, yeah.
And a terrible plight befell me. And that PlayStation has just sort of disappeared. I know where it's disappeared. I know where it's...
my first one got the red light of death.
Oh, did it?
It did, yeah. Yeah. And we just got a new one. But yeah, I think ours was backward capability too. And then, once that went, it was fucked. But we kept it anyway because it's valuable. But yeah, who knows who's got that now?
Yeah, well.
Get dashed out most of the time, things like that. Okay, so next topic is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's secret relationship contract leaked online.
Wonderful.
I knew from the beginning, you lot are dumb as rocks. I'm blind as a bat.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. So it's a confirmed business move.
Yeah, so I think someone zoomed in on a photo that his management company, like a photo in his management company's office, and on the desk is a contract headed with Focus, whatever, management group or whoever their name is. And it says that at the end of this month, I think it's like September 28th, is when they announced their breakup, and it's been a planned thing. I knew from the NFL were doing like Travis and Kelce milkshakes. I was like, you lot are fucking kidding me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian witch, first of all. And he is a wigger, so he's known for, he likes the dark meat.
He likes to play in the chocolate pudding.
Yeah, he jumps from chocolate pudding to chocolate pudding and, hangs around with black dudes and, all of that. No, I don't hate. That's wrong. What I mean is the ones who are clearly clout chasing, fucking, wannabe. Just be yourself. There's plenty of white boys who are just themselves around black boys, black girls. They're themselves. They're themselves, you can tell. But there's the ones who are opportunists and you can spot them. And this proves he is an opportunist. Suddenly he's got TV shows. Why you got 3 TV shows? Why out of nowhere you're a football player no one really knew of.
He puts on for the Patriots.
Put down.
But he won didn't he win the Super Bowl? And then there was the cheating thing when they were deflating the balls so that it was easier to catch.
See what I mean? See, there's plants in every industry. Yeah. Ice Spice, which is Taylor Swift. It's all linked, it's crazy. But usually studios or labels do this when the guy's gay and the girl's a lesbian. Usually, because they usually want kids and it's money involved, and they usually agree to have a child for beneficial means. It's happened literally for maybe 70 years. Legit.
Well, it doesn't.
It's not a rumor. It's nothing like that. It's confirmed from the 50s, MGM, all the way up to Sony Music. It's confirmed. So,
well, that's not restricted to just the entertainment industry.
Yeah. And sometimes studios or labels will say, no, you can't come out. You can't come out. You can't. No, that's not what we bought into. That's not what we promoted. That's not what we marketed. Your shit's going to fail. They will convince you to not be yourself. They want to be yourself, whether you're lesbian, a gay, bisexual, whatever, a polyamorous person. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? They will might sometimes say, and some might want to be, I want the straight privilege, please. My whole life, give it to me. You know.
Polygon.
The same thing, Jada Pinkett's gone private on Instagram. She's posting cryptic messages. Basically, clearly, they're going to have a public separation. They're going to finally split because they can't recover now. He just did his satanic ritual on the whatever fucking Grammys or whatever the other week. And yeah, I reckon that's the next one. And that's, you know, God bless them, you know. But like, fucking hell, you sold yourself out, or you just, maybe they wanted that. Maybe they agreed. Maybe the kids were, you know, maybe it all is what they prefer. You know,
God bless the sanctity of marriage, the institution of marriage.
Does it exist? Is it legit? I think it only with the gays, it seems now, because they're the newest ones to get it, and they're just like, yeah, we're shacking up finally. The straights, yeah, it's downhill, mate. The straights are like, mate, nah, it's one person the whole lot, nah. They're getting 40-50 guy, and bruv, I'm still young, I'm still kicking it. Oh, the milkman looks alright. Oh, the fucking girl down at the convenience store, you know what I mean? Keeps giving me looks. They really rethink their whole lives. It's quite sad. You know, I'd prefer one person. I think that's the best bet for me. But like, you know, it hasn't happened. So it's that too. I don't know.
An attack helicopter.
That's it.
Right. Next topic. News breaks that hitmaker Money Long has a 2-year-old child.
Oh yeah, people ain't happy.
Oh my God, she's got a husband.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I read the topic and started thinking and filling in gaps that I didn't know were there.
Yeah.
But yes, the news has broken. Money Long have a 2-year-old child and she's divorcing her husband.
Yes, because a new album's come out now, I think, the other day. Revenge, it's called.
That's cryptic, that is.
Yeah. And people obviously love her music. I think she's a great artist too. But it's like everyone's mad because they're like, what? No one knew you had a child. You've been out, I think. Again, she's been going for a long time, guys. She's written like all your favourite songs. Rihanna, fucking everyone you can think of. You know California King Bed? That's hers. BSOP? That's hers.
Really?
Priscilla Renee is a motherfucking like young legend. She remade herself. Fair play. Oh, how old that happened. I think she just lost her baby fat, and you know, I think she might have got her nose done. Which girl ain't mad, because that was on my list too. But yeah, especially for singers. But I know, like, yeah, Money Long, and I think like her and her husband write music together. I think they've been married for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
She's been out for 4 years. It's got to be at least since this new surge or whatever. Yeah. And people are mad. Like, you had a baby 2 years ago. Why didn't tell no one? I think she was on a Chris Brown tour because she's on that and opening. She had a baby on her arm and she's like, "This is my baby." And it was like, oh, what?
Well, she wasn't hiding the baby from the world. She was hiding the world from the baby.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get it. But why now? Maybe because she's separating. They're going, you know, I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know. She's saying things in interviews like kind of mean stuff, I'd say. Yeah, because if he's a private person and he's not out there like that, she's saying this stuff like digs, kind of like, "Oh, I'm not here for nonsense." Or like, you know, when someone's mad for no reason, they get up in the morning, they're mad for no reason. Like, yeah, it's kind of like passive-aggressive kind of thing, you know.
I can only assume if you go to bed on bad terms.
Yeah, you're going to wake up on bad terms.
Yeah.
Unless something happens in the nighttime.
Yeah. You know, a bit of that sexual healing.
How the baby got there.
Yeah.
And she makes the right music for it. Or they make the right music for it. Because she's part of this album, and I'm sure they were separating during, because people forget, people are like, why is it called Revenge? Why is half the tracks talk about leaving your man? And it's like, because before it comes out, she's a genius songwriter. She only got to go back in for a day and change the endings of the songs. Rewrite a few lines, rename the tracks, and retitle the album. It's not hard for a real artist to do.
Yeah.
For a plant or not even that, say a Rihanna who's just a performer. She's not a writer or anything, like she's a performer and a singer. That would take maybe a few months for the label to coordinate, you know. But she's put it out literally the same week they're separating, so yeah.
That seems rather orchestrated. If Taylor Swift and her fella's anything to go by,
yeah,
the rebranding will allow for better scope of marketing. Yeah. So of course.
Because I thought for a moment, okay, that's possible. But then I thought if it was public and they knew about it and the public knew about him, it'd make sense to coordinate that. Because no one knew. It's like, oh, they've just found out as she's leaving him. Or he's leaving her, vice versa. So it's kind of like, Is it?
I think
I feel like she did a re-edit on that album, maybe.
with coming into the limelight,
Yeah.
there comes that choice of
Yeah.
who's coming, who's staying.
Yeah. Oh.
And they got to that bridge. And,
Yeah.
the answer is he's staying, she's going.
Mm-mm.
And
Sad.
she's taking the kids, the dog, the house.
Every day.
I'm taking everything.
No, the royalties though, because that's splits. That's splits, and she's a campaigner for songwriters getting their due. So I'm sure she's going to be fair to her husband.
Oh, no, she won't.
I'm sure it's written. They probably own a company together, I'd say, because she's semi-independent with Def Jam. I do know that.
Yeah. Well, dissolving a complex agreement like that.
And in a divorce as well.
Divorce.
Oh, yeah, that's difficult. Anyway, good luck. Love the music. Right, next topic is Cardi B weird photo shoot to announce her pregnancy.
Pedophile gate.
Oh no!
What is it?
PDF file.
PDF.
That's genius, by the way. Whoever thought of that, kudos. Yeah, it was weird. Sorry, but
what is it? Homesick.
Homesick
PDF file.
Yeah, homesick in big bold like graffiti, and then paedophile written in white across it behind her as she sat on the bike with her belly out. To say, "Hi, I'm pregnant." Everyone already knew because there she's divorcing her man. She filed for divorce. Clear. He's like, "That ain't my shawty," and all of this. Yeah, so
they're pulling the blue. They're pulling the blue face.
yeah, I think she does like Instagram lives, going like where she dropped the phone there, and she's just like, "This motherfucker, what are you doing to me?" Pendejo, all of that. So I quite enjoy her uncouthness. But yeah, this photo shoot gives me I don't trust you, bitch, at all. I think this is very odd. Very no coincidences like this do not fucking happen. And she said she ran on a random street with her team and it was like they couldn't edit it on time. It was rushed. It was getting leaked. Like everyone knew already. So why homesick paedophile? What?
Yeah, that's wild.
And take it down. Edit it now. Put it back up. What? She's trying to make excuses for it. Take it down.
Yeah, that's a sloppy team. That's the kind of photo shoot.
It's like sabotage, I'd say. If someone did that to me.
That's the kind of photo shoot I'd put together on a fly.
Yeah, like, come on, yeah, I know where we can shoot baby girl. You know what I mean? And drop her right in front of the paedophile. And my girl's so rich she ain't paying attention. She's just like, cheese.
I don't think there needs to be justifications, excuses, whatever.
Just take this shit down, bitch. Do a new one.
Yeah, take it down.
You got the money.
Someone needs their P45 or they need their contract termination.
If you're not one. Because there's plenty of them in the industry with kids. So,
yeah, it's true.
Break it down for us. You ain't giving us music. You're not giving us like what you giving us, but paedophile. And I like her music. I like her. I think she's underrated. I was listening to her before anyone. So it's like, yeah. But yeah, it's quite disappointing to see.
Yeah, these is bloody shoes.
I don't give a fuck, bitch. That's what I should be saying.
Guilty confession here, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked her personality, her character.
Yes.
And
she's our age. Exactly our age. She'd be in our class. Literally, she'd be in our class. So, that's why, it clicks, I think. But hey, don't trust you.
Before she got the teeth fixed, when she was Belcalez.
Yeah, and the face, before the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Yes, we're watching you.
So, 5 children. This is the UK news now. Get ready. Hold on to your seats. 5 children arrested on suspicion of murder of an 80-year-old dog walker.
Yeah, weird. This is American type shit.
Yeah.
Very much so,
What, these 5 kids decided, right.
I think they kicked the life out of him. And I'm like, why? Why would they do that, first of all? And 14-year-olds, there's some big 14-year-olds, first of all. But I saw the picture of the deceased, and he's a big, tall man, lanky, I think of Asian descent. Okay. So I don't know if these kids white, black, who knows? Yeah, I mean, mixed race, Indian, whatever. But yeah, but like, what is this? Demon children? You kicked him to death? 14? For what? Unless he tried to grab one of you. But apparently he reported them to the police before for verbal abuse.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, kids aren't usually, that's so strange to hear. But yeah, what do you think? Because, I don't know, I'm kind of stumped on this one.
Same. I'm really, really split between the two. Because I apologize because I'm, condolences to the families.
Yeah, it's like a weird one. I don't know who to look at and be like, who's what, when?
Yeah, I'm really torn. If he's the aggressor,
Yeah.
then if they are the aggressor...
Oh, he was 80, wasn't he?
Yeah.
If someone said he had 3 allotments in the interview or whatever, like he was active person. For a grown adult to be kicked to death, I think they're 5 kids, all right? If they're 14 and they're lanky, then I can see that happening. If they just didn't stop, why ain't you stopping? What's the chances of 5 children murderers in the same place?
Yeah.
With no conscience, no withdrawal.
They jumped him.
Were they on drugs?
They jumped him. But what is the reason? Why did they jump him?
I don't believe there's no reason. There's got to be a reason.
Yeah. That's
children.
Kind of, what? Really? They just thought they're going to spend their summer holidays. They're going to finish off their summer holidays with a murder. Yeah.
Unless they're and listen, I'm Irish, but got Irish blood, you know what I mean? Including Gypsy Romany, not ashamed to say it. And if they're from the Knackers yard, right. You know what I mean? Where they're fighting for fun and they're fighting dogs and pit bulls, like they're fighting. They're swinging it and go, here you fucking go. And smashing it against the caravan. Do you know what I mean? And the dog's coming back and that's playtime to them. You know what I mean? They get married by grabbing the girl's arm. The girl's waiting to be draped up at a party. That's how she knows she's got a man for life. Like, it's weird sometimes. And I get the difference, traveller and gypsy. There's a difference too. Travellers have adopted the culture. They're Irish, you know. And a lot of gypsies are Irish now. But Romany gypsies are nomads. They're ancient nomads and it still exists to this day. A lot of them in Eastern Europe and all of that. But it's subterranean continent. Dark skin, dark hair, But yeah, like if they're from a background like that, I could see it.
I saw a documentary on them and it was not good.
It's not good, is it? But they know no different.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
The documentary's portrayal.
Yeah.
The images I saw, whether
was it travellers or gypsies?
No, gypsies.
Gypsies.
The Romany ones. You know the ones.
Yeah.
Don't follow me to work.
It's true though. It is facts, But I can see if that's the case. But yeah, I want more information. But because they're minors, I doubt we're going to hear much.
Yep,
we'll hear about sentencing. I think juvenile murder detention.
Yeah,
and they'll be held through adulthood for sure.
Oh yeah,
because that's psychopathic. Mm-hmm. That's everything. Child murderer. Come on now. But you know what I'm sick of? And it is a vexed moment of mine, so I won't get straight into it. But the glamorization of murderers at the moment, like, I don't know what's going on. This is mad. Every media outlet.
Yeah, it's true.
Romanticizing serial killers. So, it's got something to do with that, maybe.
They let them out, innit? Didn't have enough.
They let the dogs out. Ooh. Okay, so this is UK news again. Half of universal credit receivers last month went without food. And there's probably about, 8 million during COVID, 4 million signed up. I don't know how many is on it, but it's like, that's a lot of British people gone hungry this last 4 weeks due to inefficient, despite the inflation additions to all the benefits in March or April. Like, it's not enough. And Trussell Food Trust have been, and Shelter and all this, they've been saying this for time, like literally bothering the government every week to say, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? There's even cost of living payments. What the fuck's that going to do? Real talk. For a family, that's like just going in a couple of days for shopping, like what things cost. So, yeah, it's shocking to hear, but it's the reality here. It's like Chicago, Detroit. You know what I mean? What the fuck is this, bro? This is London, the capital, one of the capitals of the world.
Yeah.
Even half of the job centre lot are on universal credit. It was revealed years ago. Yep, they're on it themselves, guys. So just like social, I don't know, in America, if it's the same, they've got to go to appointments, they've got to do this thing. But here it's like fucking, it used to be normal back in the day, but now you can't even bring a drink in. They're treating everyone authoritarian. All the blinds are shut to create a dark atmosphere. Like, it's very much that. Do you know what I mean? But the workers that you sit down with, the condescending, usually, really nasty, hard to deal with workers that have managed your life and your finance, half of them are on it. So no wonder they're bitter. Because they're on it themselves.
Yeah. That's
having to top up the wage.
That's a clever way of encouraging a superiority complex.
Yes.
You are getting what I'm depending on and working.
Don't they do that in prisons for psychological? Yeah. Don't they do that?
Yeah. They give you a little job in the kitchen, in the laundry.
Yeah.
porter,
They
like
can't pay you enough to give you perks, didn't they? Sometimes.
yeah. That's how all the shivs, all the parcels
Yeah.
make their rounds.
Yeah.
You know, outside of someone's back doors, of course.
Someone's back front doors, you know.
It's the back compartments, back passage.
Yeah.
I
Look, will be all. Look, will be all. If an American could write in and tell me what British accent that is, you can win £100.
100
£100.
100 pounds.
The city.
Oh, that's it, right. Lime electric bikes threatened by London councils due to dockless bikes causing obstruction on sidewalks.
About time.
In the streets. You know, they're pushed over.
It's terrible.
I have noticed, though, in some areas, they do have those square, the rectangular plots.
Some companies do. And some don't.
All of them.
Nope, and Lime don't. They don't bother to have like Barclays or like some of the other ones do, where they've got designated places.
Yeah.
Like outside Charing Cross Station, there's like a line of them or whatever, like that type thing. Here, just for people who don't know, because they have this stuff in Holland and France and stuff. I'm sure for much longer. But like, people be dashing them across to everywhere. It's terrible, bruv. It's like piles of them as well. Sometimes I'm like, what is wrong with you lot? Just dash a bike in the middle of the street and walk off. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Have you heard the ones, you know, when they're like stolen and they're beeping and clicking? Someone's riding down the street.
Like, it's so funny. I don't know how much they charge for these bikes, but like people are teeping them. It's got to be something more than £1.
Do you know what? If you don't pay for like the monthly subscription kind of package thing, it's not affordable. I think.
But this is what they want everyone to do because of this. Anyway, we're going to get to it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold off. But yeah, they're pushing in that direction anyway. So it's like they do incentives that I've just found out. Like they do teaching people how to ride bicycles and shit. Like every council has to do it. Run a program. They do. So yeah, they're pushing everyone to do that. So it's like, why are they making it more? They're taking the piss now. Because if it's costly as well. Now, if it's more than an oyster or the same,
it's more.
That's a piss take.
Yo, it's more. Yeah,
you can see your ass down, well, most of the time. On the bus, at least. You know what I mean? And not have to pedal your fucking life away.
Get to the location all sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to shower and change, guys.
Yeah, and they're probably monitoring something about your health or something and adding it to your account. They're doing something. They're always doing something. It's about data. Everything's about data now. So your location, your habits, same as Oyster. I don't think Oyster can share it, obviously. But it's like...
Oh, they can.
Oh, probably. But
yeah.
But yeah, like, seriously, this is where we're guinea pigs, you know? It's like, come on now, they're just taking the piss. It's about, freedom of movement, monitoring and experimentation, I guess.
Yeah, do you know what?
Allegedly.
It's not the stuff of conspiracy.
Well, not anymore, no. We were saying that earlier off air, like, people I'm sure for years have thought, okay, you guys, like, you know, you push it out. And we are funny, we're satirical too, but it's like, you can tell when we're making a point. I'm sure, you know, if you've got that discernment, you know, we hope so. Otherwise, it's wasted breath. But like people must think sometimes we push the boat out, but it's like everything we said has come true. So what the fuck are you talking about now, bitch? What the fuck are you talking about now, bitch? Because it's all come true. You know what I mean? And we didn't have to say nothing. We make ourselves look silly.
Yeah. Do you know what? Some people are still waiting for the pigs to fly.
Yeah.
For the flying of the pigs before they...
before they believe a thing anyone says. And it's like, come on now. When you've got facial recognition everywhere you go, you can't afford to drive your car whatsoever or any of the other things. You can't even buy groceries in the store. Do you know what I mean? You can't do anything. Like, what then, bitch? It's happening now, so, yeah.
Okay, so...
Who's crazy now? I told you so.
I told you.
Okay, I think we've got last topic now.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's something compelling. Usually is. Oh, it is. Okay. Right, talk about Britain. British Army to use VR headsets to guide new kamikaze drones to strike enemies. Kamikaze drones.
That's the 2.0. It's the update version. No cost to life.
No cost to life, just a few circuits.
Can't wait to see what the soldiers turn out like.
And they're little ones too. But that's going to blow the plot out of... put a crater in somewhere, you know? And it's like, blow someone's head off at least. And they're just like, oh, okay, let me save it for the next moments. No, serious, because it keeps running into like topics, you know. But what do you think about that?
I think that is a genius move. because what you can now do
Yeah.
is have an infinite supply of drones, and you are going to have people in their home who can consent to being a remote soldier.
Okay.
And just fly drones into people around the world.
Oh, Lord God.
To them, it'll be a video game. Like, where do we draw
This
the
is
line?
Robot Wars now. But, right, I keep going. I wanted to go into it, but it's in my Vex moment.
Okay, so slight diversion.
Yeah.
Have you seen the content that VR headset users are posting around on the web?
I saw a bit of the Apple one, like what people are doing on that. But I've never used it, and I don't really look up on it that often. I've never done VR.
The majority of content is like actually playing and carrying out tasks.
Okay.
Or murders and drillings and just beating up NPCs. It's either violence or role play.
See, because it's immersive experience, isn't it? So if you're holding a controller, you're detached. It's the screen. But when you're immersed in it and you're killing someone, you're stabbing someone's blood. Like, your brain don't know the difference. Sorry to say, guys, it doesn't. So when people say, "Oh, video games," it's like, in certain respects, no. You should have your own mind. You should have discernment, unless you're a psychopath. But it's like, yeah, if you're trained on something, especially if they're socially retentive people, and they're focused on something, and they're in this world all the time, it's on their head, and then like, come on, like, you might get a taste for that.
Yeah.
It's like with porn, they'd be watching porn. The flesh is the flesh, like the Bible says. It doesn't matter. It will kill, it will steal, it will destroy, it will do whatever it wants, whatever you let it. Yeah. So it's about control. But who's teaching the kids this, control these days? How do we reach these kids?
How do I reach these kids?
It's a shame. It's a living shame.
It is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a genius idea. Whoever was like, no one is signing up.
Why has it took so long now? They've been wanting to do this. It's just things that we never allowed before. They're just doing now without our permission. It's quite interesting how no one's arguing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, genetically modified food wouldn't run with the public. It just wouldn't. Stuff like cloning, genetics wouldn't run. IVF could barely be talked about. It was really much like, no, that's taboo. Why? Because of human ethics and morals. Where now it seems like that's like not even an argument, which is strange being a 90s kid. Imagine being an 80s kid. Like 70s was a bit, But, for at least 20 years, we did have like order, it seems, in the modern world. And as much as we could possibly have. Where now it's just... Bedlam, Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah. Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's not a play on sexuality. That's a play on debauchery and lack of morals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rough stuff. We hope you guys this weekend is going well. We hope you're loving the show so far.
Yeah.
We should put trigger warnings, and we are actually. So expect one, forthwith. Because I heard people talk about, being affected by that, and not in a whingy way. Like, they actually seemed quite, not by our stuff, but by someone's stuff. And I can kind of relate in a sense when, like, I see videos of stuff. But, like, I was like, okay, it don't take us much to put a trigger warning in.
Yeah.
Because it allows us to go where we want to go. They've been warned, in fact. Okay. So it could actually benefit, the plight.
I've never met or come across anyone that has seen a trigger warning and gone, I'm going to take it.
I have. I do. I took one today, yeah.
Wow, really?
And it was from Democracy News. It was a main public thing. I don't know what the fuck they were going to show, but I've heard of the recent atrocities. It's endless. But the recent atrocities in Palestine and stuff, and yeah, I know what they were about to show me, and I was not doing that today. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, for sure, I take them. You don't have to tell me twice.
Okay.
You really don't. But yes, we are going to jump to an ad break. So yeah, we'll be right back.
Step back in time into the thrilling world of the Brestle Ridge Gang. Join Max, Lorna, and Sammy on their adventure, being led by an old, mysterious map that could change everything. From hidden secrets to daring escapades, this tale will take you on a journey of unity, friendship, and the unexpected wonders of the Louisiana wilderness. The Brestle Ridge Gang and the Map of Kaisachi audiobook is available now on iTunes, Audible, and Amazon.
Concept by St. Blades. Written by J.H. Rivers. Narrated by Jennifer M. Tobin for Vexxed Art Books.
This next commercial, presented by Planet Vexxed Music, is for Japanese audiences only. Thank you for your patience. エキサイティングなニュース。Saint が恥の日本語、英語 J-POP クラブミックス The Best Ones をレコーディングしました。これは新しい日本限定 EP Shining Moments に収録されています。CD ジュエルケースのフィジカルエディションは今週金曜日に公式ウェブサイトで先がリリースされます。デジタルエディションは2024年10月11日に日本の主要音楽購買店で配信予定です。最新情報をお見逃しなく。
Welcome back to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Saint.
And me, Moe Vader.
And we are in the second part of the show, my favourite part, and this is where we get vexed. This is where we share distressing moments of recent times and, yeah, get it off our chest. So let's get into it. Who is going to go first?
It's the slanderous, the insatiable, the problematic, the honest, and downright uncensored vexed moments.
Fucking paper mail.
Okay, you take the lead.
For the last 2 to 3 days, the UK government has been reporting that ministers have been urged to introduce paper mile, which is, in essence, forcing motorists and, anyone on the roads, using the roads, you're travelling in a vehicle or whatever you're travelling a distance, you are going to pay a pay-per-mile tariff.
Have they? I know they'll announce it in October, most likely, if they get it through, but do we know how much they're going to charge?
No idea, but let's be honest.
Doesn't matter, does it?
It doesn't matter. You do not have that right.
Yeah.
You do not have that right.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? Clearly they do, because otherwise they wouldn't.
And that's what I want to contest too. I don't believe they do. And this is the issue. But they did speak after Brexit, the plans were to re-establish British rights, British human rights for, the collection of nations. And I guess we're seeing it, but I'm sorry, I've not been. We are sovereign human beings. So despite atheists' belief, the monarchy of England believe they rule due to, direction of God. That's why they're in power. It's not because of anything besides that, literally. So this is a Christian country, and it's a situation where, because of that, despite having a king and its being subjects, and things have changed. It's not like the old monarchy. We are like modern human beings, modern British. We have laws and rights, but like we're sovereign, so we're independent human beings. It's kind of like a partnership or like a relationship with the law and with the king and or the queen. And it's like they can't take your rights away. They don't own you. So it's a situation where. To me, that's infringed completely when it comes to freedom of movement, like thinking you can charge every step or every mile travelled in a vehicle or otherwise. And if they're using it for climate change reasons, and 2030 agendas and initiatives and World Economic Forum's directives, fair play. But again, that's an argument we should have. But since when was our rights stripped because of climate change?
Yeah, I missed that episode.
I didn't sign that paper. I didn't agree to that.
It's really shaken my world.
Yeah, because it's happened quite suddenly, but it hasn't. It's been a drawn-out thing. We've just been distracted successfully.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say me, honestly, because I don't vote and I don't pay attention unless, I see things through a different lens. And again, that's just not accidental. I was raised that way, literally, not to vote. None of my family members vote. Never have. So it's a situation where that's just personal beliefs. But at the same time, I believe it's been on rails. I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just, again, why aren't people making a fuss?
Distracted. They're distracted.
But come on.
What? Well, it's in the news. And you can assume that most are watching and reading the news.
Yeah. But are they talking about it on morning telly?
Well, I should hope so. I haven't checked. In fairness, I haven't checked. There's a book and there's a series of encyclopedias, I'm sure now, but it's called Know Your Rights. It's back in the day, we had, growing up in my household, a big leather-bound version of it, and friends, family members would borrow it. Yeah.
Just if they're not in trouble, but if, life throws a lot at you and you got to know where you stand. And it's important, even whether you're educated or not. Usually it's an education that has to come from the household to inform you of your rights. Unfortunately, the school systems and stuff don't do that. In fact, they try to kind of condition you to fit right into the system of kind of obedience to law and so on. But you need to know your rights and what they can and can't do. And I was taught that growing up, where many kids weren't. So I was like the smart one who knew a lot of stuff, do you know what I mean? Because I was informed. It wasn't an accident. I'm not like, mega mind. It was intentional by my patriarch, of the family. So I don't know. How do you feel as just someone who it wasn't raised like that? You know your rights.
I just had an interest, and I enjoyed learning. I still do.
Yeah.
So the more I can process, the more I can learn, the happier I am. The more focused I am.
Yeah.
Faster how I will apply it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the example that come to mind, I can't actually discuss on the air, but
okay. I know we don't have a Patreon, but we don't use it, guys. And just people, I don't know how to do that, to be honest. We need to hire someone. Yeah, but no, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's still shocking though.
That's it for me. But it's really fucked with me.
Yeah,
like, I probably have to just stop everything.
Everything.
I will stop. I will say I quit. I quit. I
said that. That's how I feel. I feel like I can't do it here. Then I can't live life here. I feel like I can't, like I said, the way I was raised, it's not something you can change. It's ingrained. Do you know what I mean? Anyone who grew up in a culture of sorts, it's ingrained in you. So it's just, for me, I really do struggle with it. And, I don't want to I don't mind getting aggressive, but it's not what the Lord teaches. And it truly isn't what I believe that I should be doing. So it's more like be an example. But yeah, it's very frustrating. And I'm not going to hold my mouth for that one. Again, I have the right to speak, and I don't give a fuck who tries to infringe on it. I actually do know my rights. And you can stop people in their tracks when you know that your rights. Believe me, it's when they think you're a dumbass. And when they assume you are, is when they get, do what they want. That is truly the power. You have power. So inform yourself.
Know your rights.
Know your rights. I'm sure it's on Amazon.
Yeah, at least whilst there is some, because I do. Do you remember when it was knocking around that after Brexit, everything that's, European Human Rights Act, all of that, gone.
Yeah, and a lot of people are justifying the war and funding the war in fucking Europe because of Russia's dictatorships. And Cuba, sanctioning Cuba because they're dictatorships and not democracies. And China having issues on their human rights because they're not democracies. They say they go to all these countries and invade and destroy and pillage on the back of democracy. And it's well, we don't have that. So what the fuck are you justifying? So you lot are really living in the Twilight Zone. You're in a Black Mirror episode, no? But it's shocking. It is shocking. People are starving here.
Yeah. It's fucking scary stuff.
It's just fucking too much. But what should I ever go about? All right, the army thing. So what we talked about, right?
Yeah.
And this is so frustrating and annoying that it's gotten to the point where war is obviously being waged, and sure, that's been forever. So, okay, you can just say that's a human condition. But even if we say that, back in the day, you would go on the battlefield. You were trained for a very long time in warfare. You fought in person. You had to, if you took someone's life or maimed someone, you have to experience that. So it's kind of there's a pitfall to stabbing someone or hurting someone or taking a life. You have to deal with that. It's your actions, and as a warrior or as a soldier, you are willing to do that, whether it's for your country and so on. And now they're strapping VR headsets to their ugly faces, and they are fucking flying little mini drones into crowds of children in Palestine. So it's to the point where it's unless it's going to be robot wars, where new laws come into place and it's literally machinery has to defend the nation, we're not doing the lives thing anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because now you're not even willing to be there when you do it. You're not even willing, usually a human in the room half the time it's been revealed because of AI is killing people. So it's to the point where this has gone too far. Again, we didn't agree on any of this. Who agrees on this? What country in the world is going to own up to they want this out loud? Not one, not even China.
None.
Do you know what I mean? Even China's okay, Israel, Like, hello. Do you know what I mean? They're like, business, do you want to lose money? You know, you've got to lose money. Because they're not willing to, again, like, that's a bit much. And they're doing atrocious things themselves to the Uyghurs and all of that. But again, it's a game. So for me, it's like, yeah, you're pussies. You're not willing to even be there to kill someone now. Like, what the fuck? How are you going to get to heaven and it's literally like, this person died through AI. A human didn't even take their life. It wasn't a natural disaster. They died by AI, a fucking computer program. That's a shame.
Yeah, it's true.
That is the worst way to go, in my opinion. You're just not even life. You're worth more than that. To die, you're definitely worth more than that.
I've got a question that I've been sitting on. It's been bubbling up inside me.
Yeah.
Since we was talking about the king, hypothetical here. If there was a royalist suicide bomber, and do you think like the media or the government would publicize that this bombing was because of a King Charles royalist supporter that just wants the monarchy?
It depends. They'd probably twist it and make it what they want. I just feel like the media does that now, you know? And I was saying earlier, kind of like off air again, that maybe people aren't getting mad about all this stuff because the media is really just spinning it and just making sure they're getting the right side of things. PR. And the media is not meant to be that. Like news, or as far as it wasn't back in the day, most of the time it wasn't. It was backdoor, like bags of money. I've heard the testimonies of black bags of money from the CIA, FBI, whatever, and who's owned and who's not. And who was a double agent, Rupert Murdoch. And, you know, all these things.
Allegedly.
Do you know what I mean? And Robert Maxwell.
Allegedly.
But do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just to the point where I'm just like, yeah, maybe that's not why people aren't getting mad, because it's just propaganda.
Okay.
You know? Propaganda! You know, they're propping up the gander. Yeah, so that. And then, yeah, YouTube, just in general for YouTube, like it's getting to the point where I'm just like, wow. Because obviously we don't censor ourselves, sorry. But a lot of people censor themselves. And we do cherry pick our words now, don't we? So it's like, we're trying to get somewhere. You know, trying to be heard by someone. We don't want to be shut out completely.
To be honest, in October, I'll find out whether I'm even bothering to get anywhere.
To do anything.
Yeah, so...
Freedom token. Investment token.
The world's on thin ice with me, right? The world needs to know. You're on thin, not even thin. You know, like most people say thin with as in...
Yeah, it's like a breath of air allowed by them. And it is to the point where, like, yeah, there's not really any, like, I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I think everyone's reacting to an insane world, and it's all being kind of used by YouTube, who their background and their links are horrific. When it just comes to the connections and who's sister and blah, 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 and who owns this and Alphabet Company and agendas, and they own 23andMe, the DNA company as well. Do you know what I mean? And all these analytics, and it's terrible.
Oh, let me tell you this. I had a worrying curiosity with doing a DNA test.
Oh, right. Oh, you want to do one?
I wanted to do one, but...
Which one?
I didn't care. Don't care.
Yeah.
And...
Because once they've got it, they've got it. And if you've been arrested, I mean, they've got it. But this is a private company. They can do what they want. They can clone you if it's in the terms and conditions. So be careful.
Yeah.
Because I know my heritage directly. I don't feel the need to have to break it down. I've had great aunties who have done it. On the St. Lucian side. And they're black. You know, they're not even mixed anything. And it's like, yeah, so we know where in Africa we originate. Do you know what I mean? But like outside of that, I know where I'm from. So I don't feel the need. Do you know what I mean? I'm already for like, 3 or 4 races technically. So it's like, I don't need 8 more. People already ask me what I am and it's already complicated. Yeah. You know, the best thing is I'm black, you know, white. Well, Irish, yes, I guess they're white. Yeah. And Indian. I mean, technically they're not white, and that's the thing.
Wow.
You know, so again, I don't have British blood. Again, it's Irish, St. Lucian, Indian. You know, again, that's not English or whatever. So I'm just British because that's my nationality. You know what I mean?
I don't know why the curiosity even came.
Because really, it's only going to lead you back to the motherland. It's not going to take you anywhere else, is it?
Well, actually, possibly China. Because,
I see that. Especially in, like, I just say your younger sibling, one of your younger siblings, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Chinese ancient times, they did mix with, they were over there. They were cool. It's been revealed. They tried to cover that shit up, but it's there. Even people getting mad over this Assassin's Creed game because it's a samurai true story about Yasuke, who was a black samurai.
Yeah.
People like being mad, but there is that Japanese, what would you call it? Like, not saying, I guess the saying. But to be a true samurai, you need black blood. You need some black in your blood. Literally, that's what they say. And people used to be like, what does that mean? It's because the motherfuckers have been over there. They were over there. Yeah, China, that'd be interesting. Would you learn some Mandarin? Because what Chinese? There's like 100 ethnic groups. Are you Han? And people don't be chatting no nothing about skin colour either. People say the same thing about me in my whole life. You're too light, you're too light. Yes, my mixed race cousin, who's half white, is darker complexion than Moe Vader. That is facts. So, yeah, you can't go off that stuff. You really can't. Your great grandmother could be Han Chinese, for all you know. So maybe it is worth. I always thought there might be some Arabic. That's what I thought.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Not that.
Arab. Arab. Producers, HR. Yes, I apologize. I have no Turkish or, Moroccan blood, as far as I know.
I'm going to have to call the spin doctors in.
The spin doctors. The crisis managers.
Yeah.
Need some crisis managers.
Oh, wow. I wonder. I think we could get away with that.
Probably. I am a singer. I could probably say it's artistic license.
Yeah.
Doing the cover.
Goodness me, I could... Like, hearing it, realising it, and going, oh, that's good. That's actually good.
Techniques.
I want to try that now.
You can do it, yeah. You just gotta, be inspired.
I cannot do it. That was, whoa.
But no, they're quite expensive though. They're like £100.
Bitch, you think I'm a magician?
Don't do Ancestry. Ancestry.com I tried once because it just kept bothering me, offering me deals. So I thought, what is this? And it's really just like paper trail. So if your family one generation out, like me, is like, again, not from this country, where are you getting the birth certificates? They're in the file cabinet somewhere. In the Caribbean. You know what I mean? So what? Yeah, it weren't helpful. Because you can find people on there. That's how they're finding all these people, celebrities are related. Down to Madonna to Beyonce, they're related.
Really?
Yeah, legit. Genealogists keep track. And they're like, oh, look, because new files are being updated. And people, they're tracked when you die. It's kind of like obituaries are written. It's just triggers. So it's like, yeah, well done to them. But yeah, they're all related. So, but yeah, no, maybe it's worth doing.
One big happy family.
Innit? You might find some long lost cousins in China. But did I have anything else really? I don't think I do really. Other than I was going to have a go about Sadiq Khan, but actually I can't bother today.
He's given them their own bus route.
Okay, actually, let's talk about it.
I skimmed past it.
Yeah.
I'm going to find it now.
Yeah. I was very shocked to hear this.
Yeah. Jewish community in North London has been given their own bus route that is going to shuttle directly between two separate locations between the hours of 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. every day in, efforts to make the community feel safer, be safer, because as it currently stands, they feel there's been instances of, hate crimes and attacks, verbal or intimidation, that's made them feel unsafe.
Here.
Yes, here in the North London regions.
In London?
Yes, North London regions. Yes. So yeah, there we go.
Are these poor folk, or well-to-do, or does it matter?
I'm not falling for that trap.
Are they paying for this?
Well,
is this a paid? Are they paying?
It's not a private service.
Do they pay to get on and pay?
They will, but it's a TfL thing. But here we go. Okay.
But TfL's obviously having to fund this branch for this route. They have to branch the route.
Yeah.
They have to make the buses available.
Yeah.
They have to pay the drivers.
In essence, they're getting it for free.
So what I'm confused about, is that what beef do they have? This country is literally fighting your war, And at the end of the day, helping you. They're funding you. They're giving you all their weapons. They're giving you all their money. Do you know what I mean? They're vetoing everything in the United Nations to every court in the land and the world. And everyone is like very, very like stuck. So it's a point where it's obviously dangerous, but yeah, like it should, if anyone, shouldn't it be the ethnics that were brutalized just these weeks ago in the mass riots that was happening, the racial riots, people being dragged out cars and that, and being told get back to your country and being beaten within their lives. Like, is that what shouldn't it be for those marginalized communities, not for a community that owns half of London and half the banks? Do you know what I mean? Let's not go there, because if we want to go there, we can go there. You know what I mean? Why are you specialized? Once again, why are you a specialized community? Why are you special? Where's the black bus? Where's the black bus? Where's our bus? Where is it? Because I'm sorry, like, we have suffered the most in this country out of every race. The Indians think it is bad here. They're romanticized. I mean, even the Queen was getting it off with, one of your Rajas. Do you know what I mean? They were kept, the royal families. They weren't like, and they mixed with each other. That's why half of Pakistan are like as white as ice, because they're all related to British people. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of these things that's slavery. It happened with all of us as well. So it's like a thing where, why are you special? Sadiq Khan, what are you doing again? Do you know what I mean? Who said this is okay?
I'm sure he's just going around like a superstar Vogue.
And who is a Jew? Why are we going to define that? Is it on a driving license? How are you defining that? Are you going to deny someone based on their alleged ethnicity? Because apparently, as far as I'm concerned, half the people who claim to be from Israel and are settlers or whatever, a lot of their origins came from Eastern Europe. That's your ethnicity.
Yeah. As
far as I'm concerned. They had Ashkenazi in front of it. And they claim that is the Han in China. Like, that is the priority. Just like the white superiority, Aryan, they think they're the top of their food chain. And that is called superiority. That's called racism. And that's what fuels a lot of this, action in Palestine, as far as I'm concerned. Calling them animals and calling them this and that. That's what we were called. So it's like, no dogs, no blacks, no Irish.
In the ethnicity boxes, I close my eyes, move my hands around, and then wherever I open my eyes, that's what I took.
I'm black and I'm Irish, so I couldn't go in at all. In fact, it was illegal for a very long time for me to even exist. You know what I mean? So you motherfuckers, you got nothing. Other than, again, genocides that our people have been through, since the beginning, allegedly, for one reason or another. So it's to me, it's just like, someone should sue them.
Yeah.
Straight, I'm getting on that bus.
Yeah, that was my thought. What if?
Prove me, I believe, you know what I mean? I believe, and what scripture backs up is that, anyway, look it up yourselves. I just can't be bothered to get into it right now. But no, I do believe that, again, it says in the Bible, the true people of God, meaning the Hebrews, again, their identities are going to be stolen, and that they won't know who they truly are. So how are there a people in this nation where everything else biblically has been accurate, even science proven, and yet they say they're the true people of God? They're the true Israelites? Okay, how? Based on what? You're from Eastern Europe. You're not even Semites. How are you from Eastern Europe, but you're Semitic? But you're brutalizing Palestinians who are Semitic, and yet we're like people who speak against anything Israel does are anti-Semitic. It makes no sense. You know what I mean? And bare people have pointed this out other than me too. So it's like, as far as I'm concerned, what matches up with the research and everything and the old maps and everything and the Kingdom of Judah smack bang on Africa, and the fact the plates were together and you could literally cross over, and that black people have been all across the planet. So black people are saying we believe we're the true Israelites. Then what could they argue? What are the British government and TfL going to do without wanting to face lawsuits to deny them service?
Everyone's got to be able to get on that bus.
And what if they tell us to go to the back? We're not Jewish, you know?
We've been around the world.
It's like, how do you give a group of white people a special bus in London? That's not okay.
Imagine, right? You get on that bus, they attack you. You call the cops, they all deny it.
Why?
Everyone from the bus driver to everyone there. You are battered and bruised. And they say you did it to yourself.
Yeah. The camera's been smashed in. No one knows what happened. You did it. Do you know what I mean? Like, hello? Unsafe. How are you unsafe? Who? Who, where, when? Show me the articles.
I was in Stamford Hill, and I had to take a call, emergency call. I needed to pull over. Pulled over where it was safe to. There's no road markings. There's no yellow lights. This or that.
Yeah.
Pull over. I take the call. Within 20 seconds, I'm swarmed, knocking on my window, telling me I have to move.
Oh my Lord.
You can't park here. You can't park here. There's synagogue there. Yeah, you can't park here. And I moved on.
Oh God.
Because the call I was taking was one.
You should have said, "Oh no, brother. No, brother. Shalom. Shalom." You know what I mean? Should have got into it. And so he said, "No. Star of Ramfam, yes, that's me." That ain't even a Star of David. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. All people have to do is a bit of history. It just hasn't been told to you. It's been hidden. You've been misinformed. It's out there now. This is 2024, the internet. Get on it before it gets shut down.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, half this shit's on YouTube anyway. God's moving. God's be getting people to tell the real truth. Things like, where did you get this from? And they're legitimizing everything. And there's old books and there's fucking maps and there's everything. The story, how Jesus is scripted in the Bible, his people, everything. Just it's like they're black, sir. That the Bible's about black people. Yeah, I believe, really do. So, and we're allowed, differentiating, opinions. But as far as I'm concerned, yeah, that's a black bus. As far as I'm concerned, yeah. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And even if you do claim to be a tribe of Israel, because there were 12, do you know what I mean? And there are lost ones. What does lost mean? Lost means they don't know where they come from. They've been scattered among the nations, it says in the Bible, more than there are stars in the sky. Even the Mediterranean, all these dark people, you think they're just white or no, they're mixed people, like ancient mixed. It says in the Bible that he calls out who will be saved, his children, out, and it will blow your mind. A tribe is a tribe, your blood is the blood. There's a black bus, just, post the route on Shayborough.
Stamford Hill to Gants Hill.
Yeah.
The 310.
Why not? And if they're paying, you're paying. What's like, yeah. I can't believe they actually announced that. That's crazy. 2024.
Imagine.
Lara Croft is a skinny white woman. What's going on? I think they got pressure to change her back. Hallelujah. And they got this Netflix thing cut in. And she looks kind of ethnic again. So I'm like, we'll see.
It won't last.
No.
Never does.
Oh, we'll leave you guys alone at some point for a moment. Just for grace, Let's be graceful. Let's be graceful.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm thinking of promotions and Japanese exclusive EP that was announced, and that's going to be fun. And it's about 7 tracks. Comes out in October, and there's a club mix out now as well. And it's called Shining Moments. So all Japanese retailers, Latin Music, AWA Music, all the big ones. And it's going to be physical CDs you can get. So go to my Instagram and gotta love it. Yeah, and it's a mixed on the club mix. I'd be singing in Japanese and stuff. So let me know how I did. Yeah, because I've got supporters over there from a long time. So that's fun. But other than that, anything to say to the listeners before we head out?
It ain't no fun if the homie can't have none.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.